That's very nice, James. Don't tell her. Don't tell her. James, your stuff's in here. Your colored pencils. Your colored pencils are underneath your other picture. You want to draw in here? Can you close my door? Huh? Yeah, you're letting me hot air out. Are you going out?
The cats are out.
I'll let them out. All right, good morning. That's what happens when a 5-year-old storms your office right when you're starting a show. Starting my show a little bit early today. Let's get over to stocks. I'm going to have to take off a little early to take one of my kids to school. Everyone else is basically sick. The markets yesterday bounced back on really good volume. And of course, part of that was, I believe, half of the 20th, if we recall correctly. And then overnight here, we bounced up like 0.6%, and we've been holding, which I was a little bit taken back by. I thought we'd pull back. We did not. So we'll see what happens at the open. I was going back through some trades I kind of missed on, Visa being one of them, and just really beat myself up because, I mean, if I told myself I want to buy Visa out of one of these bases, and you get one like once every year or two, and I missed this one, several hundred%, not in my bank account right now, so that always kind of sucks. But it is what it is, and you just got to kind of move on, and Visa gapping up a little bit more. Caught a couple good ones, can't get them all, but I was watching Visa. Tesla, look at, oh my gosh, 571. Dang, that's up pretty big. It's a lot of overnight volume. So we're going to be up 12% if you include all today's action from yesterday's percentage increase. It was 12%. Some selling starting up here. Wow. It's going to be 500 to 600 even faster than 4 to 500. Of course, the percentages are different. 25% versus 20%. It's 20% from 5 to 6, 25 from 4 to 5. So unless we start stalling up here, this would be an interesting place for us to go into and stall. Nice gap and crap day. I could see that being something, but quit playing with push pins. Get down, weirdo. All right. So, if we are super bullish, the key here, I think, is to try to find the next one. I got interrupted last night from a client of mine, so I guess it was okay, but I was didn't see a whole lot that hadn't really moved that was setting up. Take Two Interactive, here's one that we have on a long-term trend line. I'm really still looking at these plays. These are really my go-tos. Lumbago, Twilio, trying to pull out of a low area still. Atlassian, still trying to do that as well. I wonder if we have a different trend line on our hands. Now, I got a lot of lines drawn on this guy. I wonder if maybe we have a different trend line. It appears so. It appears so. We'll see how that goes. Interesting slope on that line, but could be good. Snap. This one trying to come out of a base. Already broke this trend line here. Looks a little bit like stalling into new highs. If we go to the daily chart here. Hey, what's up, Nick? Holy shit. That's what I was saying at the start of my stream, Nick. You may not have been here, but I was going back through my trades that I was looking at, and Visa was one I never did take. I was really pissed. Yeah, 195 call was 800, and 200 was up 900%. That's crazy, man. That has been such. See, I've been wanting to buy Visa out of one of these bases for a long time because it doesn't base that often. And when it does, it explodes. And look at this is going parabolic on a weekly chart. Look at these angles. It's going parabolic. So this could be the blow off top. The next one could be the blow off top. I'm not sure how much the market's got left, but yeah, it's been quite significant. What's up?
Is this how you spell I hope? Says the hope.
Here, tell me what you want to spell, and I'll write it for you.
Okay. I want to spell I hope you feel better.
Okay. All right. I hope I can write that. It's quite a few words. Now, these are all uppercase, so you can translate those to lowercase if you want to, but it's a lot of words. A lot of words, okay? Yeah, but this thing, I don't think it's done. I mean, I think it's. Everyone thinks the market is high. They've thought that forever. So don't let that cloud your judgment in terms of your positions and stuff like that. I don't know why I never jumped in, to be honest with you. I mean, I had a bunch of trading plans here all drawn out. All of them would have been successful. I was looking at this median one yesterday here, which was from down here, and that was same scenario. It was up like 700%, and I'd still have like 6 months to go. So I'm sure we would get all the way up there even sooner. I don't have it written down in terms of what the percentage gain would be, but yeah, pretty amazing one right there. Visa just been a great one and super consistent. There's no reason it shouldn't be. It's freaking Visa. Intuit, here's another one that has yet to make a full breakout. You can see right there. It's loosely on its way though, getting some pocket pivots here. Right there. The day before yesterday, was a good one. This one right here. That was a really nice breakout pocket pivot. Not a cup and handle, but definitely kind of looks like one. They both kind of look like one, but undercut and rally all the way down here. Just beautiful moves. Still trying to get a handle on the undercut and rallies. I think those hold some really good opportunities. Sherwin-Williams is another stock that just doesn't stop. Similar to Visa, but recently it's kind of been in a weird little uptrend. It may extend out. It's been basing here again, so I think Sherwin-Williams here could be in an interesting opportunity. I hadn't seen it the past couple of days as it's trying to break up here. Day before yesterday was a good day. Not quite a pocket pivot, but a good day. And not quite an undercut and rally down here, but looking really good. Put Sherwin-Williams on a excuse me, on a short list of potentials there. This would technically be double bottom base, I think. Yeah, it would. And your buy point would be right here. So we're still in buyable range, and a 20% rally. I'm trying to find the last base it had. I guess it would be right there. And that one rallied 24%. So if we could probably take this and extrapolate this. Maybe we can go from the low to the top. I may have already done that. Oh, it looks like I've already done that. But in a slightly different fashion. Oh, I took it from the breakout point here. That's probably what I did. Yeah, that's what I did. But my dates are just a little bit weird. So looking at targets up here in the 675 range. You know, I had another thought too, is I should really stick to these larger market cap high flyers putting in big bases. They tend to do really well, and they end up, even the options seem to be a little more stable, as well as you tend to get really good price gains when they do move because they're not as volatile. So I think that's pretty awesome. So let's take a price target. Let's do the low one here, 674. 6 months out, you're looking at about 150% for that one right there, which is pretty good. It's not great. It's pretty good. I believe I have Sherwin-Williams already on my one. Oh, I don't have one. Okay. Well, keep an eye on this one. Okay, I'll take a look at some of the ones I've already had on here. AXN. That one failed, so we can get rid of that one. AYX. This one's stalling out. And get rid of that one. CGC. I have this 417 at 17.5. Unfortunately, I don't have the date that I put this on here, but yeah, that one's already up a bunch. I had this on a pocket pivot. I think I put this on towards the beginning of the year. So this one's already moved a bunch, unfortunately. Carvana. This was a failed trade for me. Actually, I think I didn't get out too scathed on that one, luckily. D-Dog. This one wasn't doing what I want. I've got a watch list I'm going through right now. Yeah, I'm on a little earlier. I got to take off a little early. I got to take my kid to school. And I was up, and I'm like, okay, let's get some work in, because I haven't been really... I was pissed off last night looking at the damn Visa chart, kind of how the market's been going. I'm not doing better. I don't think I'm putting in the work. Domino's Pizza here. Maybe we could be in an undercut and rally position. If you remember, we've been looking at Domino's Pizza for a while here, and looking for undercut and rallies also. So we could be in a situation here, I think. And I think the hard time with picking these undercut and rallies out of the wild is which low do you undercut? Is it this one? Is it this one? Is it this one? Like, I don't know. I don't have a great answer to that. But this appears to be a support level at about that 282 level. And Tesla's up another 4% already, screwing up my list. Damn it, now I can't go down my list. But yeah, Domino's Pizza in a good place. I think this is still viable for a long term. I don't know. I think I may really try to hyper focus more on the large cap, really stable names, and doing my long term positions. I've just haven't had a lot of success in the past couple of years trying to get some of these smaller names. I've had some success, but other ones not so much. There's too much volatility built into the premium. So I may try to shift my focus a little bit. I was doing some post analysis, and my 3 times ETF, I'm slightly underperforming that. So slightly underperforming, just holding the TQQQ, which means I'm doing better than the market by 2x, but I'm not doing better than just holding TQQQ, which has been my goal. If I can't outperform the TQQQ, why am I doing all this fucking work? So trying to get back on track with that. I could see situations where I should be up my account should be up double, and I'm not, so I'm kind of pissed. So I got to re-up my efforts, and what's been a very bullish market. Market selling off at the open, it looks like we're up 0.6, now we're down under 0.5. And Tesla coming off after gapping up. It was selling off slightly early this morning, and here we go. They're taking that opportunity it's pretty vertical. A base up here would definitely be in order. Whether it's one of those bases that, is one of these, it's hard to say exactly, but another test at a high, maybe. So each one of these had several tests at the highs. Test, and a lot of these are years out, mind you, too, but Should have bought Tesla yesterday. Yeah, that's only up 4%, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. This thing has just been on such fire. It's just hard to buy something up this far. Um, to that, I mean, I guess we are coming out of a little, really small pullback. This is one of these teeny tiny pullbacks, if you consider this a pullback. I don't know. I'm just holding it. I'm really just holding it. F sell on earnings? Yeah, sure. Dropped significantly. It looks like 30%. 27% drop. And I don't even know what they said. I'm not even sure what they said. Minus 23. They were estimating minus 11. No, 3.5%. It was 3.5%. I don't know. I haven't been adding up here. I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of crazy targets out there for Tesla, like $6,000, $4,000 by different analysts, mind you. 6,000 and 4,000, which are, I think, currently active by two different analysts for Tesla, but those were 5 to 10 year projections. So, I mean, you could buy up here, but it's still pretty extended. I still wouldn't be buying up here. I mean, I don't buy stuff that's up a lot like this. You know, you could buy it out of this base, which means maybe this morning it's buyable, but it's such a tiny pullback. I'm not sure if I consider it a base, but it could keep going too. I mean, no one knows when these moves stop, when these no one knows when these runs just stop, especially these massive parabolic ones. All I know is that when they stop, they usually stop aggressively. I just don't want to be caught in the aggressiveness. All right, there's Domino's Pizza, which we were looking at a little bit earlier. Excuse me. I'm actually not too mad at Domino's Pizza right now. We have this one looking at this long-term turnaround play here with a multi-year base. Domino's Pizza has been a leading stock for a decade now, and I don't see any reason for that to really change. We pulled back to a support point. Could be the end of the pullback. Hard to say, but we have very small volumes here. There we go. So holiday volumes in the beginning of the year, we've been declining, coming down in. Yesterday with a bounce off of a higher volume day. So that could be a low for Domino's Pizza. And we've still got excessive targets up here. And with the rest of the market rip-roaring, hopefully some of these other ones will start to come back. Fortinet was another one that I didn't take full advantage of. Visa, Fortinet. That was both of those would be like 7 and 8%, 700% winners.
Mom, what can I
do? Why don't you?
I already draw a picture for Mommy.
Did she like it?
Yeah.
That's very good. That's very kind of you.
And I gave her a hug.
That's very good. Why don't you give her kisses on the cheek?
Okay.
And on the forehead. Yeah, so I think Domino's could be in a nice position here. Slightly undercut one or two lows yesterday. Probably looking at some resistance here. A couple of potential trend lines right there. So we're still pretty low in this name. Still would like to get in that one. Procter & Gamble's one I've been looking at too. This one loosely starting to break out. They're my trend lines. And pulling back, unfortunately. So we'll see how this one plays out. But a higher low wouldn't be too bad. NVIDIA, let's take a look. And this one's already in the middle of a run. Yeah, this one broke out of our lower line right there. The risk reward's pretty skewed on this one. If you want to keep it pretty tight and put your Stop at, say, the 20-day moving average appears to be relatively solid, except for an exception down here. Oh, never mind. I wanted to look at Procter & Gamble again. My software's telling me something. Yeah, this is pretty extended. I mean, it could keep going. We're getting pretty close to that 300 all-time high. Each one of these little tiny bases tends to pop up, and maybe looks like they kind of have loose pullbacks too. Could try to get it on that pullback, but it's pretty far away from setups. Facebook is screaming at me here. Facebook's in a slight consolidation as well. Has earnings coming up. 129, so in a week. PayPal's looking good. One I've been really waiting for is Square, because this hasn't had a run all year. If this thing runs and gets back to highs, I think this is going to be a phenomenal trade. Look at this all year long. It's basically been flat. That makes these option premiums null and void. I have an options plan here for, if you go to StockShed, Eli, for June 70 call. Oh, come on. I don't go to Facebook, you piece of garbage. I'm really getting frustrated by this stupid ass software. And it even automatically updates, which is half the problem. Oh. Woosa. Ooh, woosa. There you go. I guess the trick is just to type the stock you're looking at multiple times so it keeps coming back to it as it goes through all the old stocks you were looking at. But yeah, so if this thing starts to break out, so yeah, that Square trade for June with a 70 target. No, it's a 99 target. You buy the 70 call, and your break-even price is like $78, which is pretty good. Right now, it's actually a little more than that. It's gone up in value because a little bit of time's gone away, I think. It's up 333% going out to June. So if this thing starts to run, so it's a bit of a laggard in the payment space. I definitely understand that. But the volume's declining. We're not really seeing massive distributions. We got a definite squeeze pattern at play. I mean, all the things are pointing to some accumulation happening here in Square, and hopefully we're done. And this could be, I don't know if I want to buy right now, but anyway, coming up on a really good opportunity. If you look at some of these other going out to June, some of these other with the 99 price target here. If you look at some of these other strikes, you're getting up to 500% if you want to take on a tremendous amount of risk, because your break even's 91 on that one. 548% with an $87 break even point right there. But you're playing it much safer and still getting a massive return with a break even point of 76. So if things falter in April or something, if this rides that trend line the entire time, you're not dying, because when you take those high flyers like that, if this doesn't get up to 99 and you don't get your 500%, you could be only up like 30% at the end. Best case scenario is something like a Fortinet or something like name a lot of the stocks we've been looking at where it just rallies almost vertically, does one of these. Visa's a great example of that, and just rockets through all of your price levels many months and weeks before these are all our ending points we had in the price points, and we're already kind of up here in the middle of these very, very quickly. That's your best case scenario, in which case those are up like Visa was 700-800%. But Visa's a very leading stock. I don't think Square is, unfortunately, so it's hard to say it's going to do that, but it's been basing for so long. The market is rotating around looking for maybe hidden value. Maybe there's something in the Square. I don't know. But I think that's a good one. NVIDIA's already kind of had a rally. Square has not had one yet, so they may rotate into these stocks at some point in time once they're done buying the big ones. All right, guys, I gotta run. I gotta take my kid to school this morning, which is why I'm jumping on a little bit early. If I get back at a decent clip, I'll jump back on again, but I usually don't. I usually get back at like 8:15. Oh, look at that! I have to go back to Visa now. So market doing pretty good. Ping. One stock I've been hearing a lot of people talk about lately is Funko, which is a toy company, and I didn't see anything majorly bullish out of Funko, but yeah. Oh, thanks for Square. Good morning, Julius. I'm actually leaving the stream right now, buddy. So I gotta run, but I don't know about the option speculation index. I've got no idea about that, to be honest with you. I know the market's just been in an insane rally mode. And don't. All I gotta say this about little things like that, Julius, is don't let one indicator stop you from taking trades that are fundamentally sound and within your wheelhouse. That's all I gotta say about that. So, all right, guys, I got to get out of here. I'll be back tomorrow. Maybe later today, but I doubt it.